The Wyatt Six. We get more cryptic messages and more nonsense that do I have enough time for it, Wonder? I don't know if I have enough time to read through between the lines. I don't know.
If you can find time in between changing your sock, maybe look into it a little bit.
No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now.
You are the ex-champion only now.
Now this is the way, Tony and David, that you do the figure 4 leg lock.
You could tell us what to wear. Bow to the masters.
Whoa. You think that you're better.
Oh, you think that you're better? Then you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down. Dude, I was the year 2023, 22 when I realized that was not Rage. All this time I thought it was Rage and it wasn't. And it hurt
I thought it was too until WrestleMania.
When the actual band performed.
Oh yeah. When did he fight Stone Cold? It wasn't 13.
No, that was
15 maybe. I don't remember now. Jeez. But anyways,
like 98, 99, something like that, or maybe it was 01.
96. What? Are you just throwing out years now?
Yeah, man.
1986.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome back to the Figure 4 podcast, a podcast where we talk about pro wrestling and all the things surrounding it, mostly WWE because we're two middle-aged fathers with families and a whole lot of wrestling, but we don't have a whole lot of time. So you get what you get. I'm Dre Rawka. I'm coming at you live from Cousin Tyrone's basement with a new mic.
Will Wonder here. My mic is not working, and I'm in Gunther's guest room. But yeah, mic isn't working. Don't know. You can see it. Technology. You can't live with it. You can't live without it these days. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying, Dre?
Facts. A lot of ladies would agree. Hey, so there's a little is there something missing on your wall? Is that just a empty tack there, or is that a blemish? Yep,
Here?
right. Yeah.
I've never had anything there. Thanks for noticing.
Oh, never mind. It was on my screen.
It
was on my screen. It looked like there was a tack. It was a lint.
Oh,
it was a lint ball on my screen. Sorry.
I'm thinking of moving this. Shout out to Inglewood Films. That is their Afro Black comic book, but it just doesn't fit right now. You know what I'm saying? I've got some. This is weird trying to do this. I don't know how do weather people do this. This is probably going to move that way. Maybe I have something I'm thinking about putting here.
I'm surprised you don't have anything horror there.
Well, I also work from right here, but I blur my background during work. So, but yeah, I don't know. I've got a cool like St. Louis Cardinals thing that I need to put up. So I don't know. It'll be different next time.
Different's good. How was the weekend, man? How's your week been?
Weekend was good. Week has been okay. Great today. It's my 8-year wedding anniversary. Shout out to my wife. 8 years stuck with me. This morning though, got my workout in, felt good. She had to go to work early. I'm in the shower, you know what I'm saying? Just in case anything, in case anything happens later. You never know. You want to be prepared. So I'm doing my manscaping, doing all that, what I need to do. Shaving.
What do you wash with? Do you just use your bare hand, a washcloth, or a loofah?
I use it's like a rubber exfoliator thing, right? On the normal body parts. And then for the junk, the backside, the underarms, I just use my hands.
All right. Did you shave your ass?
No, just here. But I'm getting to a story, Dre.
Oh, my bad.
My nipple, Dre.
You cut your nipple?
I did it on accident. I was trying to hurry through because I had to get my son ready for school for Crazy Hair Day, bro.
Dog, the fact that you nicked a nipple is crazy. Like, how do you even get close to the region?
Well, I'm shaving, you know what I'm saying? Just keeping it all like nice and tight, you know what I'm saying? You never know on the anniversary what might happen, what might probably won't happen, but you got to be prepared.
You get razor bumps on your chest?
No, I haven't got razor bumps in ages.
Man, I got a razor bump and it sucks. I think it might be ingrown hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want
No,
that?
I mean, 'cause, you know, I'm I keep this nice and tight. I keep bam, bam, bam. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the key to not getting razor bumps are what I've found, and I may have told you this in the past. I don't know. I'm like to spread the knowledge. Is a cheap conditioner. I use that instead of shaving cream. So like your 99-cent VO5 joints, that's what I use to shave. So there you go.
I have to get it. You
Yeah.
want to know about my weekend?
I'd love to. Love to hear. Did you hurt your nipple or do anything like that?
No, nothing physically happened. Well, actually, I did have something physically happen to me, but I'm sure there's gonna be some kids watching this, so I'll just say that I had to walk around with a sock in my butt for a little bit.
What? What is that? I don't know what that means. A sock in your butt? Is this like a Rob Deerdeck big black man pond moment, or what are you talking about?
You ain't lived until you had a leaky butt and you had to, to take a Haid sock because your leaky butt is you have control of your leaky butt. So
Wow. All right.
So leaky butt check. That's off the list.
I still don't know what happened, but yeah, we're good. We can move on.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll keep this train running. I had to take my baby, man, my car. I told you I've been having transmission issues. We're down to one car right now. Wifey's really good friends with, actually, I wrote down the name. I wanted to throw them a shout out because they're really taking care of us. The good folks over at Western Auto Care, Radiator Specialist, 3050 Pennsylvania Avenue in Ogden City. They've been amazing. They've looked at my car. They, diagnosed it. And my baby is up on a jack right now, and her guts are out and on the floor, and they're getting ready to add a new transmission to my baby right now. So a big shout out to my father-in-law. He came out and helped me tow it all the way out there to Ogden. So for reference, anybody not in the region, Ogden City is about 45 minutes from the central city here in Salt Lake. And so yeah, it was tough. My car wouldn't go over 50 miles an hour, bro. It was scary.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wild.
But hopefully, they got the radiator off yesterday. So hopefully they're putting a new one in today, tomorrow, maybe.
So it was a radiator issue or a transmission issue?
Transmission.
Okay.
Transmission.
I was like, huh? So you said its guts were out. You also could have just put a sock in its butt, and then that would have probably prevented it for a little while.
If only a sock would fix a lot of car issues. If that was the case, we would all be good. No leaky butts. No leaky. Oh man. Can we start off with some announcements? I don't know if you've seen the announcement. WWE just announced that Saturday night main event's back.
Oh, yep. Pretty dope. December 14th, something like that.
December 14th. It's going to be simultaneously cast from NBC to Peacock as well. So you can watch them both however you get your television in 2024. Right.
Yeah, main event was a staple for, like the late 80s, early 90s, and then they kind of flirted with it every now and then. But yeah, I'm excited to see what that's all about, as the Canadians say.
So is obviously Saturday night's main event. We've covered a lot of throwback matches. There was a lot of fun matches. I mean, I look back to Saturday night main events was like, I don't know, it was like almost like Saturday night cartoons, it was like Saturday cartoons for me. What do you expect from this? Do you expect story changes? Do you expect maybe people that don't really get time on SmackDown or Raw to get more time? What are you kind of thinking?
I'm not expecting a ton from it, if I'm going to be honest with you. If you remember Saturday night's main event, originally anyways, they always started with the main event first because it was so late. I don't think WWE cares about that now because, for God's sakes, now our SmackDown is at 9 p.m. To go along with our Raw. But I'm just expecting, some matches, maybe some fluff to talk about whatever PLE is coming up next. But for them to start this in December, kind of makes sense because you don't get the Royal Rumble for a little bit after that. So I think it's just something else to put out there. But I don't think anything huge is going to come from it. And who knows if it's just a one show thing or if it's an every week thing. I highly doubt it's an every week thing. Though they have said that they're going to be cutting back on house shows. So maybe that is a thing.
Yeah, and I've been expecting this, right? I've been expecting what is the weekend change when Dana White from the UFC announced that that WWE would be owning Sunday nights. It kind of threw me off, and I was like, "What are they adding a show?" So seeing Saturday night come back, I think that we're gonna have more changes going into 2025 with the premiere of USA and SmackDown being on USA, as you mentioned, the time change. But then we also have Netflix coming up. So to have this edition of Saturday Night main event, Saturday Night's main event, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be more wrestling. So I'm sorry, AEW. I tried. You guys got my man Ricochet over there, but I do got an announcement about AEW Wonder. I'm gonna tell you here shortly. Yeah, it's pretty cool little news, man. Pretty cool little news. But yeah, I expect to see more and more changes roll out, especially going into the fourth quarter of 2024.
Yeah, I want to know the news because are we saving it for the end? What are we doing here? What are we doing? You didn't prep me for this.
I didn't prep you for it because I just talked to this person last night.
Oh, nice.
And this person, matter of fact, when we get to Strowman and we get to Bronson Reed, that's when I'll be like, "Yo, cue the AEW music."
Got it. Okay.
Cool. So Saturday night main event is coming back. Saturday night's main event. Do you want to start off with SmackDown, or what would you want? Yeah. What do you want to start?
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should start off with SmackDown. I think we should start off with the half-hour-long cage match, which I love cage matches. I was hyped for a cage match. This was a good match. I fully expected, at some point, Cody to get the break speed off of him by the Bloodline, and he did. And then we get Roman coming down, right? Why didn't I? Oh, yeah, I didn't see this live because I was because I was at the Symphony. I forgot to mention I went to the Symphony to see Jurassic Park. My son, it was great. If you get a chance to do that, make sure you do it. They play the movie and play the music, so it's not like you're just watching them play the music. But anyways, I didn't watch this until the next day because by the time I got home, it was like 10:30 something. I mean, SmackDown was still on. I could have easily started it and caught up. I was like, no, let's sit with it. So I stayed off of the internets, the socials, so I didn't have any spoilers. And fun match, solid beginning. New song for SmackDown, Never Play by Meg Thee Stallion. Was that a surprise to you?
Not a surprise. I mean, the whole thing was a surprise, right? This is the season premiere on USA. We're officially off of Fox. We got a new logo. We got a new lower thirds introducing the staff, not just commentators, but everybody that's on the staff. As far as like ring announcing, which I thought was really cool to give them their credits, and then the song. It didn't surprise me because I was like, oh, this is a whole new show. This isn't SmackDown of last week. So not really surprised, but I could tell the record label's also pushing Meg too. So
yeah, I was just surprised from a standpoint of like, they'll have songs that go with PLEs, right? Like this is the official song of Bad Blood, blah, 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 blah. But for a Meg Thee Stallion song to be the official song of SmackDown, you'd imagine that doesn't stay that way forever, right? Because at some point that song's old, and we've gone through a lot of. But this is a whole new era, right? The TKO stuff. So who knows? Maybe they just give a new song monthly. I don't know. But it feels like SmackDown needs a theme, doesn't it? Like an actual theme song. We're not going to be hearing Meg in a year and a half on SmackDown.
Who knows? I mean, in the world of TKO, it's all about money, right?
Yeah.
So if they can get dollars from the record label to help promote this album or this song before an album drops, or, to help them, I could see this being a long-term thing, leading up to a PLE, where maybe even the artist performs. So it's a whole new SmackDown, bro. It's a whole new thing, just wait until we get onto Netflix. Wait until we see the actors of the new Netflix special in the crowd because they need to cross promote, right? Like it's gonna get muddy, and I just hope that it doesn't get too muddy to where it's just like they're cramming down these advertisements down our throat.
Yeah, they did have they had some SmackDown folks in the crowd, or excuse me, Raw folks in the crowd at SmackDown. Some legends as well. So that was cool. Like
this weekend was a big weekend for TKO because UFC was at the Sphere for UFC 306 and vice versa. It was Mexican Independence Day. Mexican Independence Day was on yesterday, but Hispanic Heritage Month. So they did a nod to Mexican culture. Rey Mysterio was there. Dominic Mysterio was there. A lot of the WWE athletes were at UFC and vice versa for SmackDown.
Yeah, it was cool. Not for UFC. Our guy Steady Rock was in Vegas for the Canelo fight, which interestingly enough, same weekend, same city, which I think is pretty unheard of, right? Like that felt weird, but it looked like both were a pretty solid success. So
yeah, and I had this conversation with the guy at the bar. He was like Dana White's ballsy for doing this against Canelo. I was like, not really, because Canelo fans are going to go to a Canelo show. There's no competition there. If you want to see UFC, you're going to go watch MMA and go watch UFC. I don't think the two will blur because the boxing fans are way different than the UFC fans. You might catch a casual boxing fan that might go watch, UFC or vice versa. But big weekend for Vegas for sure.
Yeah. Back to SmackDown. After I got over the Never Ever theme. Or Never Play. Sorry, Never Ever. I was thinking Trioville.
Never Ever.
Yeah. Get on my level. That would be okay, now I just sound old. But love the opening 30 minutes. Was it 30 minutes with no commercials? That was great. I love the Kevin Owens thing, man. Like with Theory and Waller and homeboy who came out to be his partner, and how they said that George Animal steals like grandson or something funny like that. How did KO put it? He's like, well, my partner couldn't make it, but that guy right there, that's my partner. What's your name? Ricky? Ricky's my partner. Let's go.
Come on, Ricky. KO. Sorry, Ricky. It just stuns him out of nowhere. Like, why got stuns Ricky? Come on, man. Why you gotta do that to Ricky?
Yeah. But one thing though, I was like, because who's gonna be the partner? Who's gonna be the partner? Oh, he's here, and then it's Randy. I love Randy Orton, man, but we got to stop doing these surprises where it's KO and Randy or one or the other. Let's do something different.
I agree. Bring up somebody from NXT that KO can put under his wing. Like, it doesn't have to be somebody massive, but somebody different than Randy. We get it. Randy and KO, they have each other's back. They're friends. But
it also kind of floating. They're both just coasting. Like, yes, they're in a story, kind of, but not really. Like,
they don't. Like, they don't have a story.
Yeah.
And to go from Gunther to having a great match to now you're fighting A-Town Down Under.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know what they do with them, but so that was fine.
Can I confess something real quick, Wonder?
Finally, you're going to tell me what the reason for the sock was. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mick Foley.
Leaky butt was still there, but I caught myself actually being entertained by Solo Sikoa.
Yeah. I think he's been good. I think he's doing exactly what they want him to do, and which is like they want you to hate him.
He actually performed well, bro. Like that steel cage match was so good. The chemistry between him and Cody was so good. The Cody cutters, the disaster kicks, from the invasion with the bloodline. Jacob looked good. Tama Tonga looked good. Tonga Loa looked good. Like the whole I text you. I was like, oh my gosh. Like you say it was good. I think this 30 minutes of a new season premiere, a new look, was phenomenal and a great way to kick off Roman Reigns' payback. The Roman Reigns revenge tour, if you will.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Can I get nitpicky on one thing? And we're obviously there. I'm probably going to skip a whole bunch of stuff on SmackDown, but can I get nitpicky on something?
Sure.
We get Nick Aldis in the back, and they're asking him, what's going on? And he says, I've got this contract signed by Solo and Jacob. They didn't even look at it. And then Cody comes up and he tells Nick Aldis, I'm done with the bloodline. That's Roman's thing. That's Roman's problem now. Did that strike you as like a what? What? You're done? They just beat the brakes off you in this cage and now you're done? Cody, that's not my champion. That's not my, no, you're not done. You're not my, that's not my champion. My champion wouldn't say that. Okay. He is my champion. Technically, Gunther is my champion, but you know what I mean. But it's like, what the hell kind of, did they tell him to say that? Or was that just off the cuff? And they're like, oh yeah, that's fine. That doesn't, what? He
Yeah.
should want to, whatever he needs to do, especially like with Jacob, like make it a him and Jacob thing, right? Because obviously he's beat Solo, yada yada. That threw me off.
Yeah, that was kind of, now that you pointed out, because at first it was kind of like, I get it, like you want to move on, you're tired of getting jumped.
Mhm.
And you don't have the help of KO or Randy because they're dealing with their own stuff now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Cody's kind of just floating right now.
Yes, but I mean, but then we get the tag match at Bad Blood. That was my first gripe. Then I love at the end when Roman came out and said he didn't need Cody, blah, blah, blah. This is family business. I'm not just the original tribal chief. I'm the only tribal chief. That was great. I have one other nitpick that doesn't have to do with the bloodline stuff. So if you have any other thoughts, go ahead and get them out about this. The only other nitpick is about the women's division.
Okay. With the tribal chief, real quick. When he said I'm the only tribal chief, I was like, oh, we had it wrong all the whole time. It's not original tribal chief.
Yeah.
It's only tribal chief.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So so we get Nia, Tiffany Stratton out there. Bayley comes out. Naomi comes out. Now, this is the second time in 2 weeks where there's been a major flub on the mic in the ring. Not from them. This is their first time. Last week, it was Solo and Cody. Last week, Solo and Cody say, oh, you want the shot at this? You're not going to get it. Cody says that to Solo. Then Solo says, I'll accept your challenge for next week. And it's like, nobody said, what the hell was that? Then SmackDown, we get Nia, Tiffany Stratton, Bayley, and Naomi. They both, geez, I'm losing my mind here. Naomi, I'm having my own malfunction. Bayley and Naomi both want to go for the title. Nia says, okay, you got it. Next week, we're going to have a tag match, me and Tiffany against the two of you. And whoever, this is how she put it in the ring. Whoever wins is the number one contender. Whoever loses has to leave SmackDown. That's how they left it.
And that was, correct me if I'm wrong, and that was between Bayley and Naomi, right?
But Bayley and Naomi, a tag match against Tiffany and Nia next week. And the way they put it in ring was whoever wins gets a title shot. Whoever loses is off of SmackDown. And so it's like, wait, it's a tag match. How does any of this make sense? They cleared it up later somehow on commentary. But like they gotta tighten this shit. Like this is like they need to be flawless with the way they're talking. I know sometimes there's minor mistakes, but especially when it's like they're just talking. That killed me. I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. So if Naomi and Bayley win, they both get a title shot. But if Tiffany and Nia win, then Tiffany fights Nia. What?
Yeah. I don't get it. I didn't that part did throw me off. It's a match that I'm not super excited about. I think they can go because Naomi can really wrestle and Bayley's looking like, that name. Yeah. She's looking really good. And Tiffany, they need to move on Tiffany. They shot her like a rocket and they slowed down a little bit, but now it's time to get Tiffany going again.
Yeah, so I guess this tag match next week, the way that they explained it, if Bayley pins Nia or Tiffany, she's the number one contender. If Naomi does, she's the number one contender. Whoever gets pinned, if Bayley and Naomi loses, Bayley gets pinned, she's off of SmackDown. Who wrote this shit?
I don't know. The writers, they need to step it up a little bit. Right?
I shouldn't need a math equation to understand what the hell's going on in a match.
Yeah, it's true. Very
Anyways,
true.
sorry, that's all I had. Besides the really good match with Andrade and Carmelo,
The fifth one,
I'd love for these guys to be a tag team.
they would be nice. They would be nice together.
Like sometimes you've gotten that in the past where they've gone against each other so much that's like, oh, we should team up. I don't know how they make that happen, but next week we get LA Knight against Andrade. Knight's probably just gonna win. But it's cool that title's being defended on SmackDown, so I'm with it.
How do you think Cody and Roman are gonna match together? How do you think they're gonna work together? Do you think does Roman start off and does Roman tag in Cody at any point?
I don't know. I think we might get some kind of test out match, not necessarily against the bloodline, but against, maybe we get a poor A-Town down under against Cody and Roman test match. I don't know. Maybe Nick Aldis makes that happen. But I think we hopefully see it beforehand.
What if they end up getting the tag titles off the bloodline?
That'd be cold. And we go back to Stone Cold and HBK, right? But much bigger. I don't know about much bigger. This is one thing that I was thinking about too. Speaking of much bigger, with Roman back, does it feel like? I mean, Cody's not the number one guy anymore, even though he has the title, right? It's kind of weird, huh?
He walked out SmackDown. He walked out, and it was just, oh my gosh, you felt the electricity.
Yeah.
He finally worked the mic as well. He let it be known that I don't need Cody Rhodes. I don't want Cody Rhodes. I still have problems with Cody Rhodes. This doesn't change anything, Cody Rhodes.
Right.
But I got family business to address. I don't need the lay. I don't need the family crescent to be the tribal chief. I'm him.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't want to disrespect the culture by saying it's something else. So
that's what it's called, though.
Okay.
I was gonna say I've heard it enough on SmackDown. I know how to say it now, I think.
All right. That's like calling enchiladas empanadas. You know what I mean? Two different things, my G. But I loved Roman Reigns proved why he is worth the money. He proved that he is the WWE, the biggest superstar we've ever had. Mm-hmm. I'll argue anybody bigger than The Rock, bigger than anybody, Stone Cold, bigger than all those guys. I'm saying it. The tribal chief is him. And people won't realize it until after he's gone. But this guy that we have right now is the guy ever. He deserves the world.
I feel like there's two ways to look at this. He is the guy for the longest amount of time, but I don't think he's the guy. Like the number one ever. Stone Cold, I think, is the guy for professional wrestling. Yes, his time was a lot shorter, but that Attitude Era, Mike Tyson, Stone Cold 316, I don't know. Roman's close, but and then also, like, we were a lot younger. You were, instead of a sock in your butt, you had a diaper on. But Hulk Hogan was enormous too. Okay. Now I was much younger, so I was paying attention. I watched, but I don't know, like, the pop culture. I don't know, man. It's close, but I would have to say, like, I would have to say Hogan or Stone Cold's bigger in the grand scheme of wrestling history, popularity wise, but Roman has been doing it and is still doing it for a longer period of time.
I think Roman, people don't see it, but Roman's him, and people won't see it until Roman's gone.
No, he is him. He is him for this time period.
And the history. If there's a Mount Rushmore, you got to put Roman Reigns on it.
Yeah, but there's 4 people on Mount Rushmore, but I'm fine with that.
You just named 2 others.
2 others, yeah. Yep.
And I think Roman, if you put the stats up, even if you take the stats from the 80s and the 90s with Hogan and merch sales and all that stuff, I have a strong feeling that Roman's going to outsell all of them. I have a feeling that Roman is going to have more eyes and more just more media, more money, and better matches. I'm going to say it. He has a bigger catalog. So obviously that means that's him. Like when you've done as much work and on top of that, battling cancer. Come on, man.
Okay, so now you're going to throw that. Okay, so let's just throw that in there now.
I mean,
okay?
you can say Steve had a broken neck, but
yeah, he did in a match. Dropped him right on his head.
Yeah, he did.
With the presidential debates and season upon us, I feel like this is a debate that you and I need to have, and it needs to be recorded, and we can let the people vote. Because I'm a firm believer that Stone Cold Steve Austin was bigger than Roman Reigns is. Yes, time period, Roman's time at the top in WWE is longer. Stone Cold is bigger.
Let me tell you what.
Let's have this debate sometime before the election.
Okay, we'll jump into Raw, but I want to make one thing clear right here. There was a point in time where Austin wasn't loved. Nobody wanted Austin. Nobody was watching Austin, and it was during the time with Triple H. There's never been a moment in Roman Reigns where nobody wanted to watch him. When he was with the Shield, wanted to watch him.
No, that's where you're wrong. That's what we're going to save all this for the debate, but that's where you're wrong. Okay, that is where you're wrong, and we can talk about that another time when it makes sense.
And I'm a Stone Cold fan. I love Stone
here. If you can hear this, I'm sorry. Again, my mic wasn't working correctly.
Nobody
It is hail, lightning, thunder. My nipple hurts. What is happening?
I got a sock in my butt.
Yeah, we're falling apart over here.
All right. Kay, your boys, your group, the group that you were so excited about, the Wyatt Six, are back with cryptic messages.
Yes.
Who are they targeting now? Will they be moving to SmackDown? What is going on with the Wyatt Six?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I had I had it pulled up on my phone. Hold on, let me get back to it. Because at one point it said, "You speak, we follow," right?
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? But then also they had like a little weird word puzzle. And if you put it together, let's see, there was the one clip that said, "Why didn't I trust him? Learning overlap. I found my journal." The bond of family is a cat of nine tails. Sorry, it's all blurry. Bound through suffering. We see you, brother. When you need us, we'll be there. And then there's like a weird crossword type of thing that I think just comes down to my life for you'll lay down my life for you. I don't know. It kind of feels like they're talking to Braun, doesn't it?
Oh,
brother.
Oh, with Bronson Reed. Oh, Braun does. I wasn't even thinking about Strowman.
Because it feels like they have them as baby faces. They're not going to go to SmackDown, or they're not going to fight a baby, which is what I want. And I wish they were heels and they were dastardly killing everybody, but it's not. What's in the cards for them? So I don't know. But the brother thing makes me feel like it's Braun. He's the only one who was a member of that family and is gone.
And the only one that needs help right now. He keeps on getting attacked by Bronson Reed. And Reed is a heel right now. I mean, the people love Reed, but he's heel right now.
Yeah. That's my only thought. I don't think they go to SmackDown. I think they're there on Raw.
So, can I throw a curveball?
Sure.
New Day Rocks. They are in turmoil right now. Xavier made it very clear that he's tired of Kofi Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, does the Wyatt Six go after Kofi Kingston?
Let me tell you something. If that's the plan, don't even put him on TV. I don't want to see that shit. Okay, Kofi's been dealing with, the other cryptic, satanic I don't know, whatever the hell you want to call them.
Yeah.
Faction. I don't need that. No, Wyatts need to be elevated, right? Bronson Reed is pretty hot right now. I'm down with that. But I need him to have some backup. And I don't want it to be American made.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. I think you're on target. I think it is their brother. You know, he has history with the Wyatts.
Yeah.
I think that's the move.
Also, are we ever going to get Alexa Bliss back? Because it feels like she should be in this. But then we have a huge faction that they're just going to have, you know, be baby faces and not be scary. So I don't know. Maybe not.
I think if you bring Alexis Bliss back, she has to have some type of singles trajectory, right? Nikki Cross ain't getting that opportunity. None of the Wyatt Six are singles bound except Bo.
Yeah. We're gonna get a few more of these QR codes, weird messages, but kind of feels like Braun, and maybe he fights against them.
You know
doesn't
what?
want to be a part of it.
What do we have? Bad Blood. We have. We don't have Breed and Strowman, huh? No, that's not a thing yet.
No, we have.
That'd be cool.
Right now we got. I mean, we're jumping ahead, but we have Punk, McIntyre, Liv, Rhea, Damian Priest, Finn, Cody, Roman against the Bloodline, and I'm assuming we get Sammy and Gunther. So that gives us room for one more match, which one more match.
Do we want to see, or is it Ludwig
that they go after?
No. Do you think that it's Kaiser and Sami Zayn?
No.
Do you think it's Gunther? You think Gunther probably finally is like, okay, fine, you get your match? Because your boy's been ducking the fade.
He's not ducking shit.
He's ducking the fade big time.
No, he just knows it's not. Sammy isn't. He's not worth it. Okay.
He's his kryptonite. He's scared. He's shaking in his size 17 boots.
I don't know where. I don't know. I mean, that kind of seems like a match that shouldn't be on Bad Blood if it's not Gunther and Sammy, right? Like, I don't know. I'm good with that not being on there. But if it is them, they need to be on that card.
I'm with it. Hey, I was just on the WWE website.
Mm-hmm.
Have you followed anything with Speed? I feel like Speed is just like fizzled out. I haven't heard no promotion
around still.
Yeah, Andrade was the last champion, I believe, after Ricochet, and I haven't heard one thing about Speed at all.
Yeah, maybe it's done. Is it? I don't know.
It's on the website. I don't know. It's on Twitter.
Yeah, I remember seeing the tapings when they came here to Salt Lake. I was like, huh, all right, well, this is what it is. Okay.
Your boy cut a promo, CM Punk, and actually Punk's gonna be on NXT tonight as well. One thing that really surprised me about this promo, about what he cut, was the word kill. The word kill was used a lot, and that really surprised me.
That was surprising. I also have a quote that surprised me from him. It says, "I've had a great career, and if this is the end, so be it." It's kind of a weird thing to say, huh?
I mean,
I'm fine with it.
Don't do that. Not to my man Punk.
But it's kind of a weird. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it's been a fun feud. Let's let this be it. I think this is perfect. The rubber match, Hell in a Cell. Whoever wins this, you agree to go our separate ways, take care of business. You know, hopefully that means Seth comes back for Punk, and I don't know. Drew moves on to the title picture. I don't know, but let this be the end. But it was a very good promo. Punk's always been a great talker. Yeah,
he cut a nice one. I'm excited for Hell in the Cell. What else do we have? We talked about Strowman Reed.
Yeah. We haven't talked about that. Sheamus, Pete Dunne, fun match, quick, whatever. Natty beat Zoe Stark. What the hell's going on?
I don't know. Bret Hart had a lot to do with that, I guess.
Like, what is happening? Like, I thought this faction, this whatever they're called, and again, I always forget, but like they're supposed to be like tough. Like, why'd she lose to Natty? And I like Natty. Natty's been doing it for a long time. So I don't know. I want to get to the Braun and Bronson Reed, but Jay and Braun Breaker, fun.
I had one note off of that. Braun Breaker. Goldberg comparisons grow more with that jacket.
Yeah, I know. The jacket, I was like, damn, bro. I thought, I think there's going to be a great match, and it makes me like, almost want to stay up to watch all of Raw next week because that's when it's happening. But I thought for sure this was going to be on Bad Blood. Thought they were going to be able to work it up, but I guess not. But
Who knows? I
it'll
mean,
be-
there's still open slot. Maybe they slide him in.
yeah, maybe if something happens next week, but it feels like that's the like they're having. I mean, they're having the match next week.
It feels like they're trying to keep. I mean, they have to keep Jay away from the bloodline, right? So I don't think having them on the same show will work either.
That's true. That's true.
But Breaker coming out and spearing Jay as he tries to come and save the Terror Twins.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, because I forgot about Braun Breaker. I wasn't even thinking about Breaker coming out, and then boom, he hits him with a hefty spear. But let's go back to Mr. Yeet. Mr. Yeet cuts one hell of a promo. Calls him a youngster. Said that he was still he was a toddler. I've been doing this. What he say? 14 years, my G.
Yeah.
You ain't even your career is about to be as long as your NFL career, homie.
Oof, that cut deep. That was a good one.
That orange face melted when he said that. That was great.
It was very orange again. It's like, God, Braun, stop it, bro.
He's really Braun. He's really Braun's Breaker. So obviously we're excited about that. I love the flirting between Jey Uso and Mommy with her little yeet at the end and Damian giving her that little like, sis, you better chill out. Your little hot little thing over there. She ain't heat. Little chill out.
Just seems like it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be a messy breakup between those two. Just say it.
It's getting there. Can I say that I think match of the night was nothing that we even talked about, which were all great matches and all great things.
Go ahead.
Bianca Belair, Io Sky.
Fabulous one. I have a note. Yes, fabulous match. Io getting the win was a bit of a surprise, but great match. Yeah, great match.
A lot of fun. All right. We talked about New Day, their challenges. Obviously we're seeing the crumbling of 14-time or 13-time tag champions. We're seeing the crumblings of that, but I want to back up just a little bit. At the top of the show, I said I had a little bit of an announcement to make about the Strowman Reed segment. If you are if you're watching closely, you'll see Strowman toss a golf cart. But before he did that, he tossed the security guard, one of my friend, your friend, our friend, Manny Lemons. Tossed him and almost threw a golf cart on top of Manny. I text Manny last night. I said, Manny, you all right? That one big son of a bitch threw you like a little ball. And he said, I'm all right. He almost threw the golf cart on me. He said, Dre, got some news for you. I said, what is it? He said, I'm going to be performing at AEW Dynamite Rampage October 23rd at the Maverick Center. AllEliteWrestling.com is how you can get tickets. So, yes, one of our very own here in Utah got called up to AEW.
The zest of the best. Yeah, there we go.
The man, the brand, the king of the lemonade stand, Manny Lemons, a guy that without him, without his team, Utah wouldn't have a pro wrestling anything, to be honest with you. I mean, he's put so much work. We're getting clinics with legends like Al Snow and the whole Al Snow Utah Academy. He does a lot for the community in pro wrestling. I looked on he hasn't given me all the information yet, so I don't know who he's matched with or how that's gonna work just yet. But I did ask him. I said, "Yo, can I say something?" He said, "Yes, you're good to say something." So, we will find time. We'll have we'll do an interview with Manny. We'll get to know a little bit more about the upcoming.
And now we need to go. Now I'm bought in.
Yes. So, but I looked on AEW's website for the October 23rd match show at the Maverick Center, and it said Dynamite Rampage. So are they filming two shows in one night?
Maybe.
It's a whole lot of wrestling.
Last time AEW was here was right before COVID. And I'm talking about hours before COVID. I was there with our friend, your friend, our friend, Jazz Nation, Daniel.
Yeah.
And we got an alert that the Utah Jazz were sent back to their the players. First of all, it said was players in the Oklahoma City Utah Jazz game have been sent back to the locker rooms. Not sure what's going on at the moment. And that's when Rudy Gobert tested positive. And then, I mean, I remember I had left getting pictures for my son's birthday. His birthday was coming up that weekend. We were going to have a party. Me and Daniel went to AEW. Boom. After that, everything shut down. That's the last. Maybe that's why I don't like AEW. That's the last memory I have. The world shutting down. But yeah, I'm excited. We're going now. We're going.
And another cool thing about AEW, I just read an interview that Ricochet had, and he said that they are turning more story centric. So we're going to see more storylines with AEW, and I feel like that's what one of my favorites to ever do it, Ricochet. For him to get that opportunity, he's an athlete. He'll always have a great match. He'll always perform really well. But to put him in a storyline, to have him actually work a mic, and now to see one of our very own be involved, it's like, man, like this is dope. This is dope.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was the AEW announcement or news that I had. Was there anything else on Raw before we jump into Wrestler of the Week?
Your boy Joe Tessitore had a banger of a line when Reed threw that dude. He just lawn darted a person. I wrote that down. He just lawn darted. Stop sleeping on Joe, okay? He's here to stay.
Hey, third week, Joe, you did very well. More energy. You heard the energy in him. You felt the energy. You felt when he was excited about what was going on with Reed, what was going on with Mommy, right? All these things. The great match, a banger of a match with Sheamus. You know, he's still doing burger after burger. You could tell Sheamus. You know, I'm no judgment. I'm a big
Sheamus is getting there, bro. Hey, Sheamus is putting in some work. I'm gonna say it. Like he looks good, bro. He looks good.
Cool. Joe did a great job. Anything else?
No. Okay. I'm good on everything else. On
Portland showed up. Yo, shout out to Portland. Yo, there is one thing. You know, I'm a Jey Uso Yeet stan. Yeah, but there's one thing that irks me about Jay, and it's when he runs down the cab ramp and he barely makes it onto the canvas. He like throws himself into the rope and then climbs up.
Yeah,
it bugs me.
Looks like it could get hurt.
I know he needs to chill out. All right, wrestler of the week. Who did you have being somebody that was the breakout wrestler? Somebody that maybe put in a lot of work. Who was that for you, Wonder?
Listen, I had somebody. But with the announcement that you just made and us seeing Manny on Raw, I'm going with our guy, with the homegrown Manny Lemons, and he might get it again when he comes here for AEW. I'm going with Manny. Runner up was Kevin Owens. Okay, that's who I had until you made the announcement because I felt like Kevin kept it fun on Friday. The segment or the leading up to that match with him and what was the dude's name again? I know I wrote it down. I don't know, George Animal Steel's grandson. Ricky, yeah. Shit was funny, right? Good match. But yeah, Manny Lemons. God, cheers. I'm out of this but cheers to you, Manny. Hell yeah.
I got my tea here. Raspberry tea, by the way, with some lemon squeeze. Oh, so good.
That's why you need that. That's too much tea, brother. That's
man. That turmeric. That turmeric leaking from my butt.
Turmeric.
That's why I said turmeric.
You said what?
Turmeric. Isn't that how you say it? Turmeric?
Turmeric.
Turmeric.
I just move on.
All right. Mine, Manny, I love you, my brother. I'll maybe when I see you perform, maybe I'll give it to you. But somebody that I thought was just outstanding. I hate that she's in a tag team right now just because I love her solo is Bianca Belair. Bianca, when she suplexed Io Sky from outside the ring, carried her up the steps, threw her in the ring, and then hit a nasty KOD.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Forget about it.
She for that reason alone, other than just putting on a performance that was really dope, Bianca, definitely. And she just got the new line too. She got the new Under Armour line, not Under Armour brand, but like the Under Athletic.
Yeah.
What do you say? Leotard? I don't know what you call it.
Turmeric.
Turmeric. I give it to Bianca Belair.
She's probably like, I don't know who you would argue, but I think to me, she's the best athlete in, and this is saying a lot, but in WWE. Like, now that your boy's gone, right? I could have maybe said Ricochet, but I think as a full-on athlete, man or woman, she's number one. Yeah,
she's incredible. And she could work the mic, and she's her own flavor, and she does her own her own costumes. Like she is multifaceted.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, you want to take us through this throwback match?
Yep. The throwback match I chose this week is WWE Roadblock 2016. Now, there were only 2 Roadblocks ever, so you can find it on Peacock again. Roadblock 2016. This is Sami Zayn versus Stardust. It's the 135-25 mark of the show. I picked this match for one reason and one reason only. I wanted Dre. Dre wasn't around when the Stardust stuff was going on. We get a very young WWE Sammy and Stardust, aka Cody Rhodes. If you don't know that, I don't know what to tell you. Not a great match, but I wanted you to see both of them at this time. I just want to get your thoughts on it because, again, not anything you write home about, but it was like, I mean, even the crowd wasn't really all that into it. Like, that was Sammy's hometown. And even when he hit his Helluva kick, they were just kind of like, all right, yeah, it's over. All right, let's get on the Triple H and Dean Ambrose, which was a wild time. But anyways, what were your thoughts on this one?
And this is exactly why I say you got to appreciate greatness while you have it, right? I didn't do it with Kobe Bryant. That's why I'm all in on the Tribal Chief, because what we're seeing is very, very cool with Sammy. And it's cool that you picked this match with Sammy is because I watched it yesterday. And I watched Sammy later on that night with Raw. So I got to see Sammy and Cody. Obviously, we watched SmackDown, but to see them where they were to where they are now, and it's just really, really cool. And I never watched Cody Rhodes with Stardust, but I have heard him talk about the character, right? And how he was not that it wasn't his thing. He didn't like it. And but he still went through with it and he went all in on it, right? He looked good at Stardust. I instantly think about Goldust, right? His brother. And while the wrestling I felt was very similar to the way they wrestle now, it was very shocking not to see the excitement, as you mentioned, and especially being in Canada, not to see the excitement from the crowd. Usually the international crowds are better than the US crowds, but not to see that but they did pop for Sami Zayn's intro music. Not like they do now, but still good pop. Overall, I think it's really dope. Sammy's body, looked phenomenal back then. Now he's you could tell he's weathered.
Dad bod. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been through it. Yeah.
But I would love to see Sammy get back to there. Cut the hair, Sammy. Cut the hair. Find that clean look again and go for another run, man. Go and whoop Gunther's ass because Gunther is scared of you. Gunther is shaking in his boots. You don't want to fade.
That's not right. That is incorrect. I just love watching this and thinking about where these two guys have gone since that time. I mean, Sammy was such a big up-and-comer. They talk about it on commentary, but he had wrestled John Cena when they'd had the U.S. Open Invitational or the U.S. Open, the U.S. title invitational. And that was a lot of fun. That's the first time I remember. That's the first time Sammy was on the main card, and then he gets hurt. But yeah, Sammy was in great shape. But yeah, what just stuck out to me was like, man, the crowd just did not give two shits about this. And the move sets were very, like you said, very similar to what they are now. But to think that Cody shortly after that would leave, go start AEW, get that to the level that it was, and then come back, and now that's a top 2 guy, right, in WWE. It's just crazy. And it just goes to show, like, if you want something in whatever, life or whatever it is, just keep going towards that. And there's going to be ups and downs, and it's going to go all over the place. But you could be the next champion of the WWE, Dre. Okay.
I mean, Damian Priest proved that, right? Damian Priest was very close to quitting, and then he got the call. They rejected him, and then he kept going, and then he got the call. You know what I mean? So I agree with you, man. If you believe in something and you wholeheartedly believe in it, it will work out. You just got to keep going, man. Learn, adapt, change, pivot.
Yep. Yep.
I would love to see Stardust though in 2024. I feel like we're missing a good painted face in the men's division and the women's division.
Yeah,
Women
I agree.
also
There does need to be a painted face. We do need a painted face. They got away from that. We need some paint. Somebody, please.
They throw it on Joe Hendry.
Yeah. Totally just ruin his whole gimmick.
I wonder, you want to put a ribbon on this episode?
Yep. Let's do it. Let's put a sock in it.
All right, let's put a sock in it. I'm gonna go take my sock out. It's time for a sock change. Dre Rawka, you can follow me on Instagram at Dre Rawka, DRERAWKA. I will be at where am I gonna be at next? I'm gonna be at Fierce Fighting Champion. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be at a bar named Sue for UFC 307. That's actually gonna be in Salt Lake City. So that'll be fun. October 5th. Come on out, a bar named Sue.com is how you can get more information about the menu and about drink options and things of that sort. Salute to all the boys that came out to UFC 306 over the weekend. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, I think that's really it. Oh, I need to throw another big shout out to they're not paying me, by the way, Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
If you were wondering, they are not paying me. But they are taking care of us. Western Auto Care and Radiator Specialties in Ogden City, 3050 South Pennsylvania Avenue in Ogden City. Go check them out if you need pretty much anything with your car. They have a specialist with the transmission. They have a transmission specialist, and they specialize in radiators, and they can fix everything that has to do with your car. Go check them out. And yeah, I think that's it for me.
Beautiful. The Will Wonder Show on Instagram, on YouTube. We released an episode last week with my boy Luis Huicho Castro talking about his path to citizenship here in the United States. We had Big Love, artist Big Love, on the show. Asked him a couple questions. He had a solid performance. Let me tell you something, okay? If you're a fan of hip hop, no matter where you live, but especially if you're here in Salt Lake City, Utah, in general, listen to Big Love. Kid's like 24, 25 years old, puts out some really, really, really great music. And I don't know, I was just honored to have him on the show and like getting to talk to him. He's a cool dude, good kid. I say kid, I'm 38 now. Jesus, I'm calling a 25-year-old a kid. You're a good kid. You're a good kid. But anyways, check out the Will Wonder Show. And we're creeping up on it, Dre. We're creeping up on spooky season. So pretty soon I'll have some more info on what's going down on the Will Wonder Show. At that time, if you're a fan of the Will Wonder Pod in the past, then you already know what the deal is. Lastly, shout out to my wife. 8 years married to this guy. Had to deal with 8 years of wrestling. I mean, she dealt with it before that when we were dating, but you know, you don't have to always be around, right? And now we're in the same house. She just can't. It's just this is what it is. So happy anniversary to you. Love you. And I think, Dre, that is it.
You know what Big Love, when you first showed me Big Love, I don't know why I thought his music was going to be like, said you got no time for me.
I really want to. Hey, that's fire too. Oh, man, a Big Love Tommy Richmond collab. I'm here for it. Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir. All right. Follow the Figure 4 podcast, Figure the number 4 on Instagram. Tell your punk ass friends about us. Peace.